The Multi-Panels XPS shower waterproofing system is a fast, clean, and easy-to-install precision manufactured panel system that is both cost-effective and installs up to 80% faster than typical membrane and mortar waterproofing systems. In this step-by-step video demonstration, we will show you how to install the shower base, integrated drain, and wall tile backer board panels in just a few hours so that your shower is ready for tile the same day. The list of multi-panel components required for this project include one 3x3 pre-sloped and pre-notched shower tray with integrated drain basin, 4 3x5 by 1/2 inch tile backer board wall panels, 1 pre-notched curb, 1 vertical drain with built-in P-trap. A horizontal drain with built-in P-trap is also available and is ideal for new construction projects. Please visit our website for more information. 1 box of galvanized hardware containing 100 screws and 100 tab washers. 2 tubes of 3M 550 Fast Cure polyurethane adhesive sealant. Here are additional tools and material that will be required. Before starting the installation of multi-panel product, please ensure that the area is clean and clear of all debris. Joist spacing is no greater than 16 inches on center. Plywood floor substrate is level and in good structural shape. Walls are straight and square to each other at 90-degree angles. Walls are plumb to the floor at 90-degree angles. Wall dimensions are precise. And the corner wall studs meet at 90-degree angles and do not overlap. This is to ensure that there is stud backing to attach tile backer board into the corner on each wall. We have prepped our shower area by removing the section of subfloor over the drain. The 2-inch ABS drain waste pipe has been positioned so that it is centered below the drain basin of our 3x3 shower tray. In order to work with the multi-panel vertical drain, the height of the drain waste pipe has been positioned so that the end of the pipe sits 10 centimeters below the surface of the subfloor. Here you can see the multi-panel's ABS drain unit is made up of 3 main parts. The cover plate assembly with small black rubber gasket, the drain locking flange, the lower drain assembly with removable built-in P-trap. Included in your drain kit will be a gray ABS adapter that matches the drain unit. The adapter is required to connect the narrow end of the drain exit spout over your 2-inch ABS waste pipe. For our install, we are using a black rubber extension from a previous model drain kit. The adapter will eventually be permanently attached to the drain unit and to the ABS drain waste pipe using ABS epoxy glue. However, you will want to first dry fit the entire drain and shower base assembly. Next, place the drain body with adapter attached over top the 2-inch ABS pipe and press down firmly so that the 2-inch ABS pipe inserts fully into the end of the adapter. When installed correctly, the lowest thread in the threaded collar of the lower drain assembly will sit level with the surface of the subfloor, and the top of the threaded collar will sit approximately 1 inch above the surface of the subfloor. We will now dry fit the shower tray. This will allow us to verify the correct position of the drain locking flange relative to the threaded collar at the top of the lower drain assembly. To do this, we thread the flange back over the threaded drain collar. Now, check to ensure that the top rim of the threaded drain collar sits flush or slightly below the top inside rim of the drain locking flange, as shown here. If the threaded collar sits higher than the rim of the flange, it must be sanded down until flush. It will be important to remember this relationship during final assembly when the flange is permanently attached using silicone. Now, remove the drain flange and the shower tray and then permanently connect the drain adapter, and 2-inch ABS waste pipe using ABS epoxy glue. We are now preparing to replace the subfloor cutout by securing 1-inch by 1-inch support studs to the sides of both floor joists. These studs are positioned at a height that will allow the surface of the replaced portion of the subfloor to sit flush with the surface of the existing floor. Now replace the floor section over the drain. Note that while the subfloor section was removed, we cut a 6.5-inch diameter hole centered over the drain location. This will allow the lower drain assembly to fit through the floor. Now secure the floor section into the support studs with wood screws. Next, we prepare the shower tray for installation. Begin by turning the tray upside down. Remove any product labels and debris. Prepare modified thin set by mixing it to the same consistency used for setting tile. Apply the modified thin set to the bottom of the shower tray using a notched trowel, ensuring you have complete coverage. The final combing motion should be in one linear direction, so the lines face towards the shower entry. This will allow air to escape from beneath the tray. It is important to ensure that the rim of the drain basin is kept clean and free of any thin set so that it can butt up cleanly against the drain gasket during installation. Next, we apply modified thin set to the shower subfloor. First, it's a good idea to remove the rubber gasket from the top of the drain to keep it clean. Now apply a generous layer of thin set over the entire subfloor using a notched trowel. The final combing motion should be in one linear direction, matching the direction used on the bottom of the shower tray. It is important to ensure that the exposed portion of the drain is kept clean and free of any thin set. Replace the rubber gasket onto drain, keeping it clean. It is now important to complete the application of thin set to both the shower tray bottom and the shower subfloor before the thin set dries. With the thin set still wet on both the shower tray and the subfloor, lay the shower tray down, being careful to leave the drain clean and free of thin set. Secure the shower tray by applying even pressure. It is also a good idea to apply weight to the surface while the thin set dries, being careful not to damage the shower tray. Stacked tile cases provide a perfect weight. Prepare the shower tray drain basin for silicone sealant and the attachment of the drain flange by cleaning the basin thoroughly with an acetone cleaner. Apply mold-resistant silicone specifically designed for showers into the gap between the threaded drain collar and the shower tray drain basin. Apply additional silicone to the sloped surface of the shower tray drain basin. Finish the shower tray and drain installation by threading the flange back over the drain collar. Firmly hand tighten the collar and then use washers provided with the drain to firmly tighten the flange into place. Remember to ensure that the top rim of the threaded drain collar sits flush or slightly below the top inside rim of the drain flange, as shown here. If the collar sits higher than the flange surface, it must be sanded down until flush. Begin wall panel installation by measuring the wall for the required board size. The multi-panel wall panels are lightweight and easy to work with and can be cut with a utility knife. Simply measure and mark the board. Then, using a metal ruler as a guide, score and cut the board with a utility knife. Be sure to cut all the way through the board to ensure a clean edge for a better seal during installation. Making sure that the notched area of the shower base tray is free of any debris or dirt. Begin the wall installation by running a thick bead of 3M 550 fast cure sealant into the shower tray, notch, and then up along the corner studs where the edge of the board will meet the wall studs. Firmly insert the wall panel into the notch and against the wall stud. Remember, to ensure a waterproof installation, it is critical that sealant be applied generously to all shower tray notches and between board joints before joining the parts together. It is also important to ensure that the surfaces receiving the sealant are free and clear of any thinset residue. Thinset under the sealant could allow moisture to wick through and leak. Mark the wall locations for the galvanized washer tabs and galvanized screws. The washers should be placed over each wall stud in horizontal rows spaced every 12 inches from the floor. The first horizontal row of washers should be placed approximately 12 inches above the floor line. Do not apply washers along the bottom of the wall at the floor line, as this will stress and potentially disrupt the bonding of the adhesive sealant between the shower tray and the wall panel. Apply pressure to insert the tabs of the washers into the board. Secure the board through the washers using the galvanized screws. The washers should be slightly countersunk into the wall board. Repeat the entire process for both the adjacent and upper walls. Note, all board-to-board seams require the washers to be placed evenly between the joints so that the washers sit evenly over both pieces of adjoining board. This will encourage a flush transition between boards. Apply an additional continuous bead of 3M 550 fast cure sealant along the surface of all the seams and over all the screws and washers, making sure that no metal remains exposed. This additional sealant will provide a surface flashing that will bolster the joint seal. Trowel back and smooth the sealant throughout the installation process. The cover plate assembly for the drain will be pressure fitted into the drain body. We suggest lining the outside ribbed surface of the assembly with Vaseline to ease the insertion into the drain. Note that the stainless steel grate is removable after installation so that you can access the built-in P-trap. You can remove the P-trap to remove debris, hair, and any other buildup that may happen over time. Note that after your tile is installed, the height of the cover plate assembly may need to be adjusted so that the square rim of the cover plate assembly sits slightly below the tile surface to allow the shower to drain. The height of the cover plate assembly is adjusted by removing it and trimming it from the bottom. The rubber gasket on the assembly is simply moved or rolled above the desired cut line and trimmed with a saw. After cutting, the gasket must be rolled back down into the lowest remaining groove. The cover plate assembly is then ready to be reinserted into the drain. The multi-panels curb is notched to interlock with the notched edge of the multi-panels shower base tray. Apply thinset mortar to the bottom of the curb and to the floor area under the curb. Comb the thinset away from the shower. Apply a bead of 3M 550 Fast Cure adhesive sealant into the notched edge of the shower tray and the notched edge of the curb. Apply a circular bead of 3M 550 Fast Cure sealant to both ends of the curb and to each wall where they will meet the curb. Pressure fit the curb into place by pushing in and down. Add another bead of the adhesive sealant to all curb surface seams. Trowel back and flatten the sealant. Your shower is ready for tile 30 minutes after the final application of the adhesive sealant.